But I picked Tommy from Rugrats.
I would also like to jump in here and say that Michael Whitaker also picked Tommy Pickles from Rugrats.
Tommy
Yes,
Pickles. I knew
Tommy
it.
Pickles. So for the next one, I'm gonna go for Timmy Turner from the Fairly Odd Parents.
Very
Uh,
good.
I was torn between that one and Cosmo. I'll be honest, I love Cosmo as well. But Timmy with his adventures, with the wishes, and just the all-around shenanigans that he goes through. And at 8 years old, already falling in love with Wendy was kind of odd to me, but whatever. Um, but Timmy, I will go with Timmy from Fairly Odd Parents. I'm gonna go with Ed Double D from Ed, Ed and Eddie. Ed Double D was always the kind of the brains. He would come up with this. He would come up with the contraptions, the inventions. He was the brains behind the three of them, between Ed, Ed, and Eddie, obviously. And he was the brains behind it. He would come, and he just was the kind of the glue that kept everything together between the three of them. So I have to go with Double D for that.
So I would also like to say that Devin Dowling, friend of the show, went with Eddie from Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
And there's nothing wrong with Eddie either. He has the best one-liners in that show. He gave me one of my favorite. I'm not going to call it jokes, but tongue twisters of my life that I still tell people to this day. Which, by the way, you cannot say toy boat 5 times fast.
I believe you.
Try that later, kid. Try that later, kids. Then I'm gonna go for next. I'm going to go for Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life. He's a wallaby, I believe is what they eventually said he was, and he had his friend Heifer, his dogs, and he had a job working in a burger place, and it's just a odd Nickelodeon cartoon that made no sense, but it was just hilarious to watch each episode because they took it so far in a weird direction that you didn't know what you were getting each week. So.
And also, friend of the show,
Yeah.
Michael Whitaker also picked Rocco from Rocco's Modern Life.
I love it. Nice. And then for my final one, I have to go with Goofy. I love Goofy. He's always been my favorite of the Disney characters. Who doesn't love a Goofy movie? One of the best movies ever. I still will watch it to this day. I love that movie. Just different character, the aw shucks of his nature, I always thought was hilarious. So, and he's a dog, but Pluto can't talk. Anyway, not the point.
That was
here.
always the issue.
So I
why was Pluto the pet? Why was Pluto the pet, but Goofy the friend?
Exactly. Yeah, there's no explanation for it.
None.
But so yeah,